Gryner Karen Stever here with Frank Gryner at thepublicrecord.com. We've been hosting Stever's Public Playground Project. This is a community effort to help us build a song from the ground up. Can you believe that it's been 5 weeks, coming up 5 weeks here, that we've been doing this project?
It seems like it's whipped along pretty quickly, but at the same time, I can't really imagine not doing it.
I know. We're kind of hooked now, I think.
Become, part of our lives.
You have your silk in the morning and then you jump on camera.
I had silk this morning.
You didn't have silk this morning?
Oh. What's wrong? Got to put it in my Timmy's cup.
Frank has a little bit of a silk milk addiction, everybody.
I got what doctors call a little bit of a silk milk problem.
Chris Farley reference. Basically, when Frank and I have conversations, all of our conversations are just movie quotes, right?
I think we could go through a whole day just quoting movies to express ourselves.
I think if we didn't use movie quotes in a day, we would never speak to each other.
We should do one video where we can just speak in movie quotes alone.
So basically, that leaves any Jim Carrey movie open, any Will Ferrell movie.
I'll try to do my recording tips one just like that and see if anybody can
decipher
extract any kind of usable information out of there. Who's this guy?
I think people in the entertainment industry, or I should say actually in the music industry, if you work in audio all day long, you want a silly movie at the end of that day, don't you? Something just to kind of clear out the cobwebs a bit. I want to say hello to a few people on here. One is Valerie. Valerie is from Mexico, and you'll see her under Pirate Larry's submission on the videos. She did this really cool vocal through the whole track. She just took a rip at the whole track, live off the floor. Just Larry set her up a microphone and away she went. I think this was another bicentennial day where perhaps tequila was, flying around the room.
Sammy Hagar invited?
Well, it just looks like a massive party at Larry's house all the time, and it's like somehow he's way ahead of us in capturing the spirit of music and is inviting lots of musicians over to his house, and they just seem to party all the time. I know that was
Maybe that should be TPR South down there.
TPR South.
Yeah.
In Mexico.
About it.
Okay, well that's not that far from us being in Los Angeles, it's pretty close quarters. I also want to, so what I was going to say about Valerie is she did this whole vocal through the whole track. I could really see that being some kind of creepy ambient spirits or something going on in the back. So I really want to play with those vocals this coming week and see what we can get from that, because I have something going on in my little head about what we can do with that. David Nicholson submitted a really amazing studio video, I thought, and I learned a couple of new terms, which is always good to add to my vocabulary. The one I would like you to explain is you said you got the wild hair. I think this is a southern thing. You have to understand, I am from Canada, and my exposure to the United States is New York and Los Angeles, which I understand does not represent all of the United States. But I hear these little Americanisms that I'm picking up along the way, and it's pretty fun. And so he says he got the wild hair to do the video, and I thought that was a fun thing. And then he was explaining what all these things were on his wall. If you go check out his video, and I said to Frank, I said, I still don't know what those are. And Frank says, disc golf.
Disc golf, yeah.
Yeah,
it's a phenomenon.
Well, it's funny that he's got all these football logos and things all over, so you can collect them, right? Like paws.
Well, I think those are, if you do a tournament, there's a disc made of that tournament.
Did we have those in Canada?
No, the weather's so bad in Canada. We wouldn't get a good season. No, I think they do in Canada.
Okay.
I don't know how organized it is.
Right.
There's a whole world outside of that.
Is badminton a Canadian sport or is that an American sport?
I don't think that's specific to Canada.
Because I've talked to people about that down here, or crochet, or croquet. Crochet.
It's about as interesting. Croquet is as bad as interesting.
I meant to say croquet. I used to play croquet as a kid, where you'd hit it on this post with the
That's right up there with
colors.
lawn bowling, as far as excitement goes.
And I get a lot of people who are really enthusiastic about curling in Canada. It's like, Karen, you should go out for the curling team. I was like, sweep? Professionally? Are you kidding? I would sweep my own apartment. It's like, why would I ever go up to sweep ice? But if you're a curling fan, much love on you, whatever. But it's like, I can't imagine doing that either. So yeah, it's interesting. Just even though we have this border between us, it's really cool to kind of see all these different things. So I learned about the wild hair. I got the wild hair. It's like he said that at the beginning of his video, and then the disc golf. But I really enjoyed your video, David. I thought it was very cool. You had a very simplified setup, and this is something I've done over the years, is pared my gear down, so I can have a really simple riding rig. And you guys out there who, you know, are trying to make your submissions really awesome and stuff by buying a ton of gear, I think you should go and look at David Nicholson's video, because he is getting a lot of parts on a lot of tracks on TPR and doing a lot of cool submissions, and his setup is very simple. Very simple. And I think what that does is sometimes it helps you to concentrate.
Concentrate on the crunch, as it were.
He's got a preset called KK2. It's like Captain Crunch 2. He's been
I like it because not only is it called, you know, signifies Captain Crunch, but there's a 2. That means there's progression, and I don't know.
Oh,
can't you hear his tone is getting better?
I think it is really, it's getting better, but he's concentrating on that tone and just submitting really good parts. So you guys should really look at his video. It's inspiring just to see a very simple setup and really good parts coming from that. We do not need to be in these great big studios anymore.
Nice amp, by the way.
Oh yeah, he was showing the Marshall amp, and he was saying how he was doing the national anthem, American national anthem. Now, talking about Canadian songs versus American songs, and I know we have Celine Dion, and I know we have all these amazing artists out of Canada.
Do we have to apologize on behalf of Canada for
Go back to the blame Canada thing again. But I gotta say this, and it's gonna be bold, and all my Canadian people out there, please don't misunderstand me, because I love Canada. It is my home. But the American national anthem is so much better than the Canadian national anthem. As far as composition, it's just a better written song. I don't get goosebumps from the Canadian national anthem, even though that's my anthem and I'm proud of it. And I am proud of Canada, but there's something about the writing in the American national anthem.
What about God Save the Queen? When we were growing up, Canada was still kind of under the monarchy in a weird, loose kind of way. And we had to sing the national anthem, like "Oh Canada," and coupled with "God Save the Queen."
And we didn't even know who that woman was. My mother actually looked a lot like Queen Elizabeth, and in kindergarten there was a picture of Queen Elizabeth up on the wall, and I thought that was my mom. Like, I didn't know anything about the monarchy.
But I think, you know, in Canada especially, because again, you know, not the best theme in the world, anthem, but I feel like...
I don't want them to change it, though. It's like,
imagine that.
That'd be weird.
It's like when they changed the Hockey Night in Canada theme.
Oh, listen, I got a beef to pick with that. Tell you what, I was outraged about this whole situation. They for whatever reason, the licensing expired, or somebody wouldn't renew something with the publishing of the Hockey Night in Canada theme, and so they put it out there for everybody to write a new theme song. So Frank and I took a stab at it. We wrote something really awesome. Really proud of it. And even your father, who's in his 70s, did a harmonica solo and stuff.
No, he did his own.
Oh, yeah.
He did his own submission.
Yeah. And we built upon this harmonica solo, so we had a couple submissions that we submitted for this Hockey Night in Canada, and maybe it was a little too heavy.
Maybe it was too heavy. It's too much.
Too heavy for the folks.
I don't know. You guys decide. We'll close out. We'll close out with that on the bumper of this.
That'd be a good idea. I got a couple more people that I want to give a shout out to here, because just no one, who I'm now calling you just number one, because I don't like the just no one thing, sent in some crickets.
Live crickets. To our mailbox.
Yeah.
Here at,
Sent it to the Hollywood address.
Yeah.
And he also took us on a kayak ride, which was really awesome. The kayak camp.
Did you feel a little motion sickness?
Yeah. And that means he shot it well.
Yeah. It was like we're in the kayak with them.
But I'm glad he made it back, because at the end of it he said, I gotta get going now.
A little drama, and that boat that went by us was like, what's gonna happen here?
Yeah, and Donald R. submitted a puppy, which you can never go wrong submitting a puppy.
Was that his test?
He said it was a testing, but he doesn't understand my love for pups and how I will welcome those on the site till eternity. You guys can send as many puppies as you want. Deb sent some more wood chimes, awesome. Jason sent some really cool piano parts. Jeff Kolb sent in a ton of guitar stuff. But I want to talk about Kazrilla. Talk about which Jason Nations gave them the name for this. This is Kaz and Alex Havrilla submitted this dual guitar thing that I think is just an awesome version all by itself. It's really very cool. So I think you guys should check that out.
I like the name though.
Kazrilla. I think Jason Nations is awesome. Oh, and it's Jane. I said Jana or something in a previous video, and I got pounced on. It's Jane. I'm hoping for some more vocals over the weekend, guys. I really want to get these doubles and stuff. Maybe you guys are working on that already. But I really want to get that low vocal, 2 of them, through the whole song with the existing vocal, and 2 high ones through the whole song. I'd still like to get that. And everybody out there can give me yeahs, right? These in the chorus you'll hear yeah and yeah, yeah. Anybody can do that. Come on, that's like a yeah. So I want to get tons of those because I want to really layer those
I think
vocals.
we can take a cue from Debbie, and if you want to just do use your video camera and submit it as a video, just to do a couple of yeahs. You don't even have to be on camera if you're shy about it.
And Debbie's been helping people too with their getting their
tech support. Deb.
Awesome.
You're
She's the golden cat face on here.
Yeah, I like that.
So work on some vocals this weekend, guys, if you can. I'd love to hear some of your vocal projections. It'd be awesome. Kevin Slack, if you are really bored, you can give me some more of that organ. That's awesome. Lots of more stuff, but this is over. On this part of the process is over Sunday night, so please get those submissions in by Sunday night so we can begin mixing this massive beast starting next week.
Yes.
All right. Till next time. Rock on.